Thank you, Convener. Just a couple of questions. The first one is towards the Cabinet Secretary. But before I ask the question, I do want to say thank you regarding Inverclyde's position to stay in Tier 3 as compared to the potential with Tier 4 with other neighbouring authorities. But with 11 local authorities moving to Level 4, what considerations have been given to student teachers who may be on a placement and travelling between areas of differing levels of restrictions, particularly for those who may rely upon public transport or who also live in student accommodation?
It's a very good point. There is an exemption for work and for essential work. I think what I would want to do would be to get that clarified as quickly as possible, and I'll undertake to ask John Swinney to do that to you and to the committee very quickly indeed.
No, thank you very much, Cabinet Secretary. My second question, it's an area that's been touched upon earlier on by Willie Coffey. It's to do with supermarkets. I was contacted by a constituent who actually works for a large supermarket in my constituency last week, who was raising concerns about the lack of health and safety measures put in place by that particular store. So they were concerned about their own health, but also the health of the patrons to that particular supermarket. So in terms of the dialogue and discussions that have taken place between the Scottish Government and the retailers, particularly the large retailers, I think you mentioned earlier, Cabinet Secretary, that that dialogue continues, but particularly as we're about to go into, I think, what clearly is the most important part and most important time for any retailer. Can that message be strengthened, please, just to highlight to them how important it is that they do the right thing by their staff, but also by the customers?
It can be strengthened. It can also be amplified. Local members have a role here when they have attention to escalate that, both in terms of government and in terms of the stores and the store management, locally and nationally. So, it is not a matter of a single voice. It's a matter of as many voices as possible. But I also go back to the point I made in terms of a legal duty for a safe working environment. That is a legal duty that employers have. And, trade unions have a strong role to play in this matter too. And I know they are very active in making sure that those points are put across.
No, thank you. I certainly have taken it up with that particular supermarket. But I thought we'd take the opportunity this morning, also bearing in mind it's a parliamentary committee, to raise it publicly also.